David.
And the greatest driver.
Doozy.
I love that. Even though
Doozy.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alrighty, folks, let's go over our safety rules. Right above your heads is a red emergency cord. You're going to pull that cord if you have a medical emergency of any kind. If you drop something of value off the side of the tram, like a cell phone. If you have an audio problem or a visual problem. If you have to use the restroom and you just can't wait. Don't worry, guys. Don't stress. Pull that cord. Doozy will stop the tram, and I'll assist you when it's safe to do so. We do ask that you remain seated at all times, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle. No smoking on the tour, but eat and drink all you want, especially drink, stay hydrated while on board here. It is a little warm. We would turn on the air conditioning, but we don't have one. You're going to want to refrain from using selfie sticks for the safety of you and those around you. And lastly, just watch out for some loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and on this tour, yes, you will get wet. But you're only going to get wet if you're in a blue seat. Do we have any birthdays? Anybody celebrating a birthday today? We got a hand up way back there. Cool. Happy birthday, guys. Thanks for coming out. Anybody from out of town in car one? Where are you guys from? Florida. Tampa, Florida. Oh, was it? Naples, Florida. I thought Naples was in Nepal. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for coming out. How's the weather in Florida right now? A little hotter than this? Impossible. Cool. Anyone else? Other hands up? Other people? Where are you guys from? Alaska. Wow. I wish I was there right now. No? It gets hot in Alaska? I don't believe you. Every picture I've seen online and in movies is covered in ice. It's real. All right. Cool. Well,
Can you guys hear me?
Guys, I love that. How was I love asking where people are from. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from, though. You all know the same movies. That's right. You might even say that movies are universal.
Is anybody out there?
Because we're at Universal Studios. Explain that. Cool. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. You guys are great. And we're going to show you where movies, film, and TV shows. First thing, we're going to see some of our sound stages. Now, inside our sound stages, we can't create any environment the store demands. Coming up on your left is stage 12. That's our largest, one of our largest sound stages right here. And that's where we film the TV show, The Voice.
Oh, that's cool.
The Voice coming back for season 15 will star Adam Levine, Blake Shelton, Jennifer Hudson, and Kelly Clarkson. And they are in the midst of filming their show right now. Now, Stage 12 has been here for a long time. Inside that building, classic horror movies like Frankenstein and Dracula were filmed. In the 1980s, one of my favorite comedies filmed at Stage 12. Scarface. This movie's hilarious. Hey kids, when you get home, tell your parents to put on Scarface for you, okay? It's rated G. For gangster, yeah.
For gangster.
Back to the Future, greatest movie ever made was filmed right here. And, Jurassic Park. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Jeff Goldblum, of course, in theaters right now. Now, as we turn way on your left beyond this green fencing here, stages 18, 19, and 20, where the show Colony on the USA Network has a home. Josh Holloway and Sarah Wayne Kelly's. Stage 17 and 16 is where Superstore films with America Ferrera and Feldman on NBC.
Let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act. If your face stays where it is, it's going to get punched.
Whose name is worth more in Scrabble tiles? Uzo Aduba or David Oyelowo? Uzo Aduba.
Yep, Hollywood Game Night also films here. Speaking of game shows, Family Feud with Steve Harvey films on stage 29 coming up to your right-hand side. And you can see how big the sound stages are. That door is wide open. I'll show you something else really cool coming up on your right. Right above the door that says stage 29 is a little red light. That's called the wigwag light. And when that light is flashing, that means they're actively recording in the sound stages. When that happens, this goes up on your monitor and I go off mic. The last thing they want to hear me say is, on your left-hand side, And they're also filming in our back lot as well. We're going to drive by the back lot in just a little bit, and they are actively filming there, so I'll be going off microphone. They're filming a TV show called SWAT on CBS with Shamar Moore. On your right-hand side, stage 41 is where Champions films on NBC with Mindy Kaling and Anders Holm. This is Sitcom Alley, so a lot of classic sitcoms have been filmed on your right. Shows like Coach, The Jeffersons, and Silver Spoons. Coming up on your right, some Minions are hanging out right there from Despicable Me. You can say hi to the Minions, and they won't say hi back because they're not real. Stage 44 to your right is where The Good Place films all of their interiors. And then we might see where they film the exteriors, depending on how the filming is in the back lot. Hopefully we'll see some of those exterior sets. Coming up on your left, you're going to see Ted hanging out right over here. There he is. Check it out, kids. Kids, that's called a martini. People always ask me if Ted is old enough to drink. I'll let you in on a Hollywood secret. He's not real. Now he's hanging out in front of our production bungalows. These production offices on our left are rented out to some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Now right now is where I'm going to be going off mic. They're filming up in the metropolitan sets. You'll see this huge city sets on your left, and it's going to look like there's a lot of destruction going on. So keep your eyes peeled to your left-hand side, and I'll be back in just a moment.
Should have sat on the left side.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Remain seated, keep your arms nice inside the vehicle. Get your 3D glasses on. We're going to Skull Island.
Oh, there's a product!
ladies and gentlemen, King Kong Crate 60 3D. Alrighty, folks, you can remove those 3D glasses, and you're going to be curving right back into that quiet zone. Or spot. The Metro
There's water on me. Oh, yeah. That's pretty crazy. I know. Oh, Bruce Almighty.
Alrighty, folks, thank you so much for your patience in that quiet zone. We are clearing out of that area. You saw some of our famous picture cars that have appeared in countless movies and TV shows throughout the years. And we're now going to take you to Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
And as we drive through, these are all props that were used in The Lost World. On your monitor is a clip from Jurassic World, which features Jimmy Buffett in this clip as a little cameo. He's running away drinking a margarita. It's called Priorities. And then you can see his restaurant, Margaritaville, in the background, which you can also see on Citywide. So here today. One of my favorite props is the mobile lab on your left-hand side. It's also on your monitor. It was shoved over the edge of a cliff by an angry dinosaur.
Oh shit.
I knew those dinosaurs were going to spit on you guys, but I'll be honest, you deserved it. You know what's great? The music to Jurassic Park, composed by John Williams, one of the all-time greats. John Williams has 51 Academy Award nominations. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a lot. Only one person has more than him. That would be Walt Disney, and John Williams yet still getting nominated. The Post, his most recent nomination. He's won 5 of those.
Oh, there's a boat on fire over there.
Fiddler on the Roof, Schindler's List, Jaws, E.T., and of course, Star Wars. Yeah. We are in Old Mexico right now. Now, out here in Southern California, we only have one season. It's called Awesome.
Alright,
So
game.
we have to create some of our weather effects. Now, Old Mexico, you'll recognize from comedies like Nacho Libre, Three Amigos, as well as The Last Man on Earth on Fox with Will Forte. And if you watch HBO's Westworld Season 1, they put one of their episodes here. It looks like we just got a little rain out there, guys. It's not good. I'll let you in on a Hollywood secret. The rain you're looking at is not real. Now, out here in Hollywood, we have a very technical term for that. We call that a sprinkler. And 2 things happen in LA when it rains. 1, we forget how to drive, and 2, we get flash floods. So we're going to demonstrate a flash flood. Get ahead, ranked Marcia. A controlled flash flood. Thousands of gallons of water released from a tank up the hill. Here it is in the movie Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Uh-oh. Is anybody allergic to horses? We have some wild horses coming up on your left-hand side. Look how wild they are. They got fireworks. Partying it up. We are in the Old West right now. This is where Universal got its start making Westerns. Audie Murphy, Hugh Gibson, Jimmy Stewart, and John Wayne have made Westerns right out here. My favorite scenes were the fight scenes. I grew up watching these Westerns when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I wanted to be in a bar fight. Now as an adult, I just want to go to Applebee's. Those fights are carefully choreographed. The glass windows, it's not real glass. It's called candy glass, and it breaks very easy. Oh. The chairs broken over their backs that break into a million pieces, those are made out of balsa wood. Balsa wood's very light and very flimsy. You know, it's from IKEA. On your monitor, we have 2 Hollywood legends. Kirk Douglas, John Wayne. And they both have kids that are famous. Kirk Douglas is the father of Michael Douglas, and John Wayne is the father of Lil Wayne. Patrick Wayne. We are about the midway point of our tour. As a friendly reminder, remain seated at all times, and you can use that cord right there above your heads if you need any guest assistance. As promised, on your left, as we make the turn, see those cobblestone streets over there, very colorful pieces? That's where The Good Place films all their exteriors. So.
I'm not supposed to be here.
It's also where a lot of our monster movies were filmed back in the days. It's where Disney filmed Pirates of the Caribbean and its sequels. And as you drive into this soundstage, on your left up here, beyond these portables, is a house for the show Home and Family on the Hallmark Channel, hosted by Debbie Montopoulos. And we are going inside one of our sound stages, where a scene from the TV show Bones was filmed. If you're a fan of Bones, it was on Fox. And it's starred Emily Deschanel as Bones. Here she is.
He looks very upset. That's with the FBI?
Yeah, hear about the human remains.
That's him. Right over there.
You alright?
Pretty cool. Yeah, oh, that's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. We get them all the time. Welcome to California. Let's go. No big deal. It's going to be fun. Oh! It's the big one. Back on your left-hand side, that roof's coming down. your right hand side, the ground is breaking up. Ooh, look at that, concrete's on fire because nothing makes sense. Hold on to your empty bottles. On your left hand side, look out! Ah! It's not over yet.
Another flash flood.
The North Road and Jesus gonna get us out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, you just survived an 8.3 to the first sale.
That's so much water. That is awesome. This was actually cool when I bought
And
it.
an earthquake, an example of a mechanical effect, just like flash flood. As we were leaving earthquake, some people in car 4 probably saw everything resetting. That's in Hollywood we call that going back to one. And those effects are very important for filmmakers. Actually, some of them prefer mechanical effects over digital effects. You can press that reset button, you know exactly what you're going to get every single take. And mechanical effects have been around for a long time. In 1975, Steven Spielberg directed a mechanical effect that made us afraid to go into the ocean. See that billboard on your left that says Amity Island? You know what that is, right? Jaws. Now you're going to see Jaws. He's right there on your right hanging up. Wait a minute, that's not Jaws. Jaws is a lot bigger than that shark. And Jaws also has a small butterfly tattoo on his lower back. He must still be in the water. There he is.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Look who else is in the water. That's my friend George. He's going right towards him.
oh, George.
He's eating him alive. I'm glad some of you find this funny. Kind of an odd reaction. Maybe when you get home, take a long look in the mirror. They want us to clear the area. Doozy's going to park where it's safe, behind these flammable gasoline tanks.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I felt that.
Oh, shit, there's Jaws. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh, that fire's hot. Toasty. Toasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just survived
Welcome extra crispy.
Jaws. Does anybody know what kind of shark Jaws is? Great white shark. Who said that? That's incorrect. Jaws is a rubber shark. Sorry to call you out. It's part of the job. The best part.
The best.
Now, they had a lot of problems working with that mechanical menace. Not sure if you guys are familiar, but the movie Jaws is notoriously known as being a difficult production. Steven Spielberg was only 27 years old when he made the movie. What he lacked in experience, he had in talent, because he couldn't get that shark to operate properly. So he decided early on to not even show you the shark. There it is. That's called POV, point of view. He's going to film the attacks through the eyes of Jaws. This allows your imagination to do all of the work. The blood, the body parts, the terrified people trying to get away of the unknown. The incredible music by John Williams, 2 notes going back and forth, creates impending, unrelenting doom. Until finally Jaws pops out of the water 45 minutes into the film. Yeah. And at that point of the movie, you are so terrified, you're on the edge of your seat that quite honestly, a sock puppet could have popped out of the water and you would have screamed. That's why Jaws is a classic. Steven Spielberg uses your imagination against you. Great music. Speaking of great music, on your right-hand side, that Chicken Ranch is from the musical The Best Little Warehouse in Texas. No, that's not how you spell warehouse.
Warehouse.
Quantum Leap, love this TV show. Speaking of TV shows on your left-hand side, see the New York Film Academy. That's where Wisteria Lane was filmed for 8 seasons on ABC.
If there was one thing everyone in suburban
Coming up on your left, the Dodge Charger from Fast and the Furious, and look who's hanging out in front. It's The Rock.
appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
That's too sweet.
Let's move back.
Now, Wisteria Lane is your perfect suburban neighborhood you've seen in dozens of movies, TV shows, and music videos as Colonial Street. But sometimes the neighborhood has to be a little bit more fanciful, guys. We're going to Whoville from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron
creative
Howard.
challenges we face with the Grinch Stole Christmas is to bring the storybook world of Dr. Seuss to life. Some of the most talented artists in Hollywood worked for months to create a living, breathing Whoville. When it was all done, they built an entire city. The fantasy world of Dr. Seuss became a reality.
You can also see the cool little cars there. The cars. Those are just golf carts, like the one on your left. They just changed the shell. The sets are built out of styrofoam. So when they were done filming, they used about 2 million linear feet of styrofoam for these sets. That's crazy. That's insane. That's psycho, isn't it? Yeah. The Bates Motel at Mother's House, Alfred Hitchcock's classic Psycho from 1960. Starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Now, Mother's House is a lot smaller than you might have imagined. You can see it right up there on top of the hill. The reason why it's smaller, there's 2 reasons. One, it appears farther away in the distance. You can see it right here in your monitor. And 2, when Norman Bates stands in front of it, he's going to look bigger and larger than he really is. That's called first perspective. You know how it is? You see something on the big screen, it's larger than life, then you see it in person, and it's really small? Like Tom Cruise. Really burned him. You can see Mother up in the second floor window there too, by the way, yeah. Speaking of Tom Cruise, we're going to take you right into one of our most colossal sets that's ever been built. This is from War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring the aforementioned Cruise and Dakota Fanning, one of the early roles. Fabulous in this movie. Here's the director Steven Spielberg and the production designer Rick Carter to tell us a little bit more about this incredible set. And as Doozy's bringing the tram to a stop, you guys can grab that perfect photo of War of the Worlds.
The Airplane Express site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
We sit again to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big building? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me.
Listen, close your eyes, okay? Now close.
Bubby, get in. Get in.
That is a real plane we are looking at, just spread specifically for this film. We are about 10 minutes from the end of our tour. As a reminder, if you guys need any guest assistance, you can use the cord right there above your heads. but please remain seated at all times. Coming up on your right-hand side is the cabin from the Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. And what's a cabin without a lake? In the distance, that big blue backdrop is Falls Lake, where movies like Dunkirk and Hunger Games Catching Fire with Jennifer Lawrence were filmed. Check this out. This is from the movie Sully with Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
So they fill that up with water. They brought in a plane. The background, that blue screen, is computer generated to create the Hudson skyline. So why do they film that here? Why don't they film this on location? Well, for safety reasons. It would be very dangerous to film this on the real Hudson River with all those actors. Even though those actors aren't real actors, they're called extras and nobody cares about them. But of course, safety is very important, even in documentary films like Fast and the Furious. Yeah, that's not what they actually believe.
The hell you Let me in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, Stink Pickle.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in. Just whenever you feel like it. Don't you?
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. Buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you in Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bed and we'll meet you in there.